Narcissistic abuse can leave deep wounds on the psyche, and learning to thrive in its aftermath takes time, patience, and a lot of self-compassion. That's why in today's video, we're going to be exploring 7 secrets to not just surviving, but thriving after narcissistic abuse. These are practical, actionable strategies that you can start implementing in your life today to accelerate your healing and reclaim your joy. So get comfortable, grab a notebook if you like, and let's dive in. Remember, healing is not a linear process, and there's no right way to do it. Honor your own journey, and know that you have the strength within you to not just survive, but thrive. 1. Rebuild your self-esteem. One of the most insidious effects of narcissistic abuse is the way it erodes your self-esteem. When you've been told over and over that you're not good enough, that your perceptions are wrong, that you're worthless without the narcissist, it's easy to internalize those messages. That's why one of the most important steps in healing from narcissistic abuse is to actively work on rebuilding your self-esteem. This means engaging in activities and practices that make you feel good about yourself, that remind you of your worth and value. What this looks like will be different for everyone. For some, it might mean taking up a new hobby or learning a new skill, something that gives you a sense of accomplishment and mastery. For others, it might be volunteering or helping others, which can provide a profound sense of purpose and meaning. It can also be as simple as practicing good self-care, nourishing your body with healthy foods, getting regular exercise, and prioritizing rest and relaxation. When you treat yourself with kindness and respect, it sends a powerful message to your psyche that you are worthy of love and care. The key is to be proactive and consistent. Make rebuilding your self-esteem a daily practice, and over time, you'll start to internalize a new, more empowering narrative about yourself. Remember, you are worthy, you are capable, and you deserve to feel good about who you are. 2. Embrace self-compassion. Another crucial component of thriving after narcissistic abuse is learning to extend compassion and understanding to yourself. When you've been in an abusive relationship, it's common to blame yourself, to feel shame and regret over choices you made or things you endured. But holding on to that self-blame and self-criticism only keeps you mired in the pain of the past. To truly heal and move forward, you need to learn to embrace self-compassion, to treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would extend to a dear friend. This means learning to forgive yourself for any perceived mistakes or shortcomings. It means recognizing that you did the best you could with the knowledge and resources you had at the time. It means acknowledging your own humanity and accepting that perfection is an impossible standard. One powerful way to practice self-compassion is to talk to yourself as you would a beloved child or a cherished friend. When you catch yourself in a spiral of self-criticism, pause and ask yourself, would I say these things to someone I love? If not, can I find a more gentle, nurturing way to speak to myself? Remember, self-compassion is not about making excuses or shirking responsibility. It's about extending to yourself the same grace and understanding that all humans deserve. It's about learning to be your own best friend and most ardent supporter. When you can do that, you open up space for true healing and growth. 3. Engage in positive self-talk. Building on the idea of self-compassion, another key to thriving after narcissistic abuse is learning to engage in positive self-talk. The way we speak to ourselves matters. It shapes our beliefs, our emotions, and our actions in powerful ways. When you've been in an abusive relationship, your inner monologue may be filled with echoes of the narcissist's criticism and gaslighting. You might find yourself automatically thinking things like, I'm so stupid, I can't do anything right, or I'm unlovable. The good news is, you have the power to change that inner narrative. With practice and persistence, you can learn to replace those negative thoughts with more empowering, self-affirming ones. One way to do this is to develop a set of affirmations, positive statements about yourself and your life that you repeat to yourself daily. These might be things like, I am strong and capable, I am worthy of love and respect, or I trust my own perceptions and intuition. The key is to choose affirmations that resonate with you, even if they don't feel entirely true at first. As you repeat them to yourself, they'll start to sink in and become part of your automatic thought patterns. Another helpful practice is to catch yourself when you're engaging in negative self-talk and consciously reframe those thoughts. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, I'm a failure, you might reframe it as, I'm learning and growing every day. Remember, you are the master of your own mind. With practice, you can learn to quiet the voice of the inner critic and amplify the voice of your own wise, loving self. This is a cornerstone of thriving after abuse. 4. Reconnect with your passions. One of the most painful aspects of narcissistic abuse is the way it can make you lose touch with yourself. When you've been focused on pleasing the narcissist and navigating their moods, it's easy to forget what lights you up, what brings you joy and fulfillment. That's why a crucial part of thriving after abuse is reconnecting with your passions and interests. This is about more than just finding hobbies to pass the time. It's about rediscovering those parts of yourself that may have been suppressed or neglected during the abuse. Take some time to reflect on what you loved to do before the abusive relationship. What made you lose track of time? What gave you a sense of accomplishment or excitement? These are clues to your authentic passions. Then, start making time for those activities again. Whether it's painting, hiking, singing, or learning a new language, prioritize the things that bring you joy. You might even explore new interests that pique your curiosity. As you engage in these passions, you're not just having fun, you're reconnecting with your authentic self. You're reminding yourself of your own unique gifts and talents. You're affirming that you have value and worth, independent of any relationship. In the wake of narcissistic abuse, rediscovering your passions can be a powerful act of self-love and self-reclamation. It's a way of saying, "This is who I am, and it matters." And that's a crucial step in learning to thrive. 5. Develop a support network. Healing from narcissistic abuse is not a journey you have to take alone. In fact, one of the most important factors in thriving after abuse is having a strong support network. People you can turn to for understanding, encouragement, and validation. This might include friends and family members who have stood by you through the abuse and its aftermath. It could also involve connecting with other survivors, either in person or through online communities. There's a special kind of bond that can form between people who have been through similar experiences. Your support network might also include professionals like therapists or counselors who can provide guidance and support as you navigate the healing process. Don't be afraid to reach out for this kind of help. It's a sign of strength, not weakness. As you develop your support network, look for people who make you feel heard, understood, and believed. Look for those who encourage your growth and celebrate your successes. And be willing to set boundaries with those who are dismissive, judgmental, or drain your energy. Remember, you don't have to share every detail of your experience with everyone. You get to choose who you open up to and how much you share. The key is to surround yourself with people who contribute to your sense of safety, empowerment, and joy. Thriving after abuse is not a solo endeavor. Let yourself be held and supported by those who love you. Their belief in you can be a powerful reminder of your own strength and resilience. 6. Practice mindfulness. One of the lingering effects of narcissistic abuse can be a constant sense of anxiety or hypervigilance. When you've been in a relationship where you never knew what might trigger the narcissist's rage or manipulation, it's natural to remain in a state of high alert, always scanning for the next threat. While this response served a purpose during the abuse, it can be exhausting and limiting in the aftermath. That's where the practice of mindfulness can be incredibly helpful. Mindfulness is about learning to be present in the moment, without judgment. It's about noticing your thoughts and emotions without getting swept away by them. When you practice mindfulness, you're training yourself to respond to your experiences with curiosity and acceptance, rather than fear or avoidance. One simple way to practice mindfulness is through breath awareness. Take a few minutes each day to sit quietly and focus on your breath. Notice the sensation of the air moving in and out of your lungs. When your mind wanders, and it will, gently guide it back to your breath. You can also bring mindfulness to your daily activities. When you're eating, really taste and savor each bite. When you're walking, feel the sensation of your feet making contact with the ground. The more you can anchor yourself in the present moment, the less power those anxious racing thoughts will have. Mindfulness is a skill that develops with practice. Be patient with yourself as you learn. Over time, you may find that you're able to meet life's challenges with greater calm, clarity, and resilience, all key components of thriving after abuse. 7. Seek professional help. While all of the strategies we've discussed so far can be profoundly helpful in healing from narcissistic abuse, it's important to acknowledge that sometimes we need more support. The trauma of abuse can be complex and deep-rooted, and there's no shame in seeking professional help to work through it. A therapist or counselor who is trained in trauma recovery can provide a safe, non-judgmental space for you to process your experiences. They can help you develop coping strategies, challenge distorted thought patterns, and work through the emotions that come up in the healing process. If you're considering therapy, look for a professional who has experience working with survivors of narcissistic abuse. They'll be better equipped to understand the specific dynamics and challenges you're facing. In addition to individual therapy, you might also consider joining a support group for survivors of narcissistic abuse. Being in a group of people who have been through similar experiences can be incredibly validating and empowering. It's a reminder that you're not alone and that healing is possible. Remember, seeking help is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of profound strength and self-love. It's a way of saying, I matter, and I deserve to heal. Don't hesitate to reach out for the support you need. Your healing is worth investing in. Now that you have those tips for thriving, what's next for you? Discover the mysterious traits only narcissistic abuse survivors possess, or learn 17 ways you're stronger than everyone else. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.